Good afternoon. My name is James Thompson. I'm the author of Thomas Jefferson's Enlightenment, Paris, 1785, which was published earlier this year by Commonwealth Books of Virginia. I'm going to comment today on an issue I raised in my book, that being, why did Thomas Jefferson go to France? I think there are two kinds of answers to this question. The first is what I call the historical report answer, which provides a factually correct but incomplete understanding of the matter. The second is what I call the beyond the veil answer, which interprets the factual record in terms of the moments of Jefferson's life and his changing personal needs and interests. The historical report answer reports what is in the historical record. Those who examine it will find that on 4 occasions the self-described Congress of the States assembled invited Jefferson to be one of its agents in France. It made its first request immediately after Jefferson resigned his seat in the Congress in September 1776. Writing many years later, in his autobiography, Jefferson explained, "Such was the state of my family that I could not leave it, nor could I expose it to the dangers of the sea and capture by British ships." The Congress made its second request immediately after Jefferson finished his second term as governor of the state of Virginia in June 1781. In his autobiography, Jefferson observed, "The same reasons obliged me still to decline." Its third request came in November 1782, 2 months after the death of Jefferson's wife. Jefferson quickly accepted this invitation. After making his arrangements, he set out in the company of his eldest daughter to confer with the Congress in Philadelphia. He proceeded from there to Baltimore. While waiting to get underway, he received word that England had signed a treaty of peace in Paris. The reason for his mission thus resolved, Jefferson returned home. Finally, in March 1784, Congress sent a fourth request. Would Jefferson join John Adams and Benjamin Franklin in negotiating treaties of commerce? Jefferson accepted, and on July 5th, he boarded his ship in Boston and departed for France in the company of his daughter Martha. The historical report answer is this: Jefferson went to France as a representative of the United States to negotiate commercial agreements with its European trading partners. The beyond the veil answer connects the dots in the written record to elucidate the man at the moment. This portrait is Martha Wales Jefferson's granddaughter, Ellen Randolph Coolidge. Her portrait, which is thought to have been painted around 1800, captures the beauty and sensitivity customarily attributed to her grandmother. The death of his wife had a devastating effect on Jefferson. In her final hour, she inscribed a passage from Tristram Shandy in which she noted that the days and hours are flying like clouds of windy day never to return. Jefferson completed this passage, writing, "Every time I kiss thy hand to bid adieu, every absence which follows it are preludes to that eternal separation which we are shortly to make." After her death, Jefferson sent a letter to the Marquis de Chastellux in which he observed, "A single event wiped away all my plans and left me a blank which I had not the spirits to fill up." Jefferson inscribed on his wife's grave this wistful line from the Iliad, "Nay, even if in the house of Hades the dead forget their dead, yet will I ever there be mindful of my dear comrade." This portrait is the Marquis de Chastellux. It was painted by Charles Willson Peale in Philadelphia a few weeks after the Marquis's visit to Monticello. Why did Jefferson notify Chastellux of his wife's passing? A few weeks before Martha Jefferson delivered her 6th child, Chastellux came to Monticello. He remained there for a week. The Marquis was a member of the prestigious French Academy and had been third in command of the French forces at Yorktown. Jefferson was mesmerized by his guest's erudition and brilliant conversation, which were welcome distractions in the tension-filled weeks preceding Martha's delivery. she delivered Lucy Elizabeth on May 8, 1782. These considerations in mind, the beyond the veil answer is this. When Congress's fourth request reached Jefferson, his world had just collapsed. He was in a state of despair and was facing the daunting task of starting his life over. Vivid in his mind was the impression of the Renaissance man who had recently visited his home. Jefferson decided to rebuild his life in the society that produced the Marquis de Chastellux. Jefferson went to France to become a citizen of the world, like his new friend, the worldly French academician. When you read the book, bear in mind that Jefferson did not go to France to serve his country. He went to France in pursuit of personal happiness. This concludes my comment on why Thomas Jefferson went to France. If you have questions about this or other aspects of Jefferson's life, you can contact me at jct@commonwealthbooks.org. You can look inside the book and purchase a signed copy of Thomas Jefferson's Enlightenment at www.commonwealthbooks.org. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to speaking with you again soon.